Guys, back in today with another reaction to Soul Eater, this time with season 3 part 2 episode 1, episode 13 overall. I think quite a bit to discuss. Not going to take up too much time, but if you did want to skip ahead to the reaction, there's going to be maybe some spoilers involved in this little discussion at the start as well, so feel free to skip ahead. But yeah, the trailer I did watch a little while ago, which looked absolutely crazy, and looked like there was a lot of Soul Eater in there, just off the change in. I mean, the style is very similar to Soul Eater anyway, but just like I saw the moon, and that looked exactly like the moon from Soul Eater. There's Halmaya looking like the Kishin. Yeah, lots of crazy stuff in the trailer. I also did hear that there's going to be a ridiculous amount of chapters adapted in these episodes. I think it's something like 5 chapters an episode if it was to adapt it all, which is just crazy. So inevitably they will skip stuff, which is a really big shame because I haven't read any of the source material from this author, but I heard the same thing happened with Soul Eater, and I very much did feel like the ending of Soul Eater was a little bit disappointing for me. It definitely didn't live up to the kind of build up towards it. So that's just like a massive shame. I almost think I've mentioned this plenty of times. I almost think it's a bit of a ploy, to be honest with you, that they kind of change or quicken the endings to series to get people to go to the source material, which is a good thing. I think people going to the source material is great, but to kind of sabotage your adaptation to do that, if that is what they're doing, again, that's purely just speculation from me. It does kind of suck, but yeah, maybe it's happening a lot recently as well. They seem to just be like faster than I don't know the word for it. Accelerating, that's the one. Accelerating the kind of speed at which they adapt things. Like as soon as an anime gets into like a season 3, 4, 5, it seems like they just want to like speed run to the end. Even in like majorly popular series like Kaguya-sama, for example. Very strange. But I did think the first part of this season was probably the worst season in my opinion. But that makes sense because it's a part 1. It's kind of setting up a lot of the events coming in this second part. So I'm expecting this to actually I was expecting this to be the best season, but after hearing those things I spoke about in the intro, which I won't bring up anymore just in case people did skip through, I'm not sure that's going to be the case. Unaware. Fancy open place. But this almost reminds me of Twin Peaks, which I'm currently watching. So what's happening to Cooper right now? He's old Dougie. I'm watching the final season of Twin Peaks. A blonde. Oh, I love it. Oh, he looks. He looks at it like that. Well, it's just like the most common hair color. Well, I don't know. Black, brown is probably the most common, but it's like it's not unusual in Japan. But it's precious to him because of his mum. It's really nice. not that weird. And actually, I was expecting him to say yes. He kind of looks like the type of guy that would do something like that. Doppelganger. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, the more I think about it, I mean, I only started watching Twin Peaks after watching this series, but there's actually quite a few similarities. I wouldn't be awfully surprised if this takes inspiration from that series, maybe, actually, looking at it. Maybe even unintentionally. He's got tats. Oh, God. Why would you do that to him? It clearly wasn't him. Oh, God, what are those? That wasn't him, though. Yeah, no more public baths for you, unfortunately. So I guess they're kind of fitting tattoos actually for his abilities and stuff. They're not the worst things ever. Definitely doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would have them though. Although his head just like shrunk so much as he pulled it back there. I'm kind of sad we didn't get to see this version of him. Maybe that's the material we skipped. Maybe we just skipped all of that section. Damn, everyone's so serious. Oh shit, he disrespected the sister. Oh shit, how so? How so? Mm, yeah. What did he do to her? Well, little do you know you're a drawing, bro. Like I think you're actually legitimately a drawing within your own universe. Like as weird as that, like as stupid as that sounds, because every anime is a drawing. Within their universe, they're actual people. Whereas I'm pretty sure guys are all drawings, considering there are like actual humans in this show. What would you do if you just found it? It's like the Truman Show, isn't it? What would you do if you just found out you're a drawing? Yeah, you're a piece of manga, bro. Just a guy. Yeah, just a guy. You're getting out of here. So you're getting at like, I kind of get. I'm kind of on track a little bit of what he's saying here, but I don't quite get it. It's like there to these guys, those people were drawings, and to us, these guys are just drawings. Like there's something around that. Again, I can't fully wrap my head around it, but yeah, very interesting direction the shows took. Honestly, isn't it? I was like, I don't think anyone could say they expected it to go this route, did they? This is very like meta, very yeah, very interesting. I'm not sure that's like exactly what he's saying there, but like that's got some part to play in it. Like our perception of these things as like fiction or reality or history or past or whatever. So he was the perception of him that the other people had. Is that what he was? Hmm. So there was like a him created within other people, just like what I said there a little bit about how perception, like he was the perception he had to these other people. So he was the, yeah, he was like personified everybody's thoughts on him from then. I'm not sure if that came from within him or other people. I imagine it maybe came from within Shinra himself, that version of maybe a perception he had of himself, maybe. As I said earlier, like this is like quite complicated. This is really going for it right here, and I like the direction it's gone. I like it a lot. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe Arthur's keeping up with all this. I'm really struggling. Oh shit! So it wasn't. So it's not his perception per se, but maybe a collective consciousness's perception of him. Hmm. Wow. Doppelganger. I forget how they say it in Twin Peaks. They've got this horrible way of speaking when they're in the lodge. I she's walking. I was okay. She looks fine. Oh, she's got a mark. Oh no, she's got a mark on her face. Damn. He hit her in the face? Damn. That sucks. I said, I said that I was kind of half expecting there to be like a wheelchair or something horrible. The reaction everyone had wasn't that bad, so surely it wasn't like, yeah. But I was kind of worried for a minute. Still, like, pretty horrible. I almost feel worse for him because, well, I do feel worse for him because he clearly had no control, and now he's got to deal with the feelings he have of not actually doing something, but him hitting her in the face, which he didn't do, but he did. So, I mean, it kind of looks like she just ate something, and there's like a bit of food on the side of her mouth, so not a massive deal. I think it's more the symbol of him hitting a sister like this. Who, if we remember last season, there was like a second, like 1 second of her doing something crazy, no? Like, there's a lot more to come from her in this season, I think. As I said, there was like a second last season that just like made me question a bit about her. Not as in she's like a betrayer or whatever, but in terms of like what kind of power she has. I've got to say, like, given that what I said in the intro, it's surprising it's been such a calm, pretty slow start. But maybe it is the case where we did skip over. Maybe in the manga you did see like loads of that version of him. I'll have to have a look at the discussions afterwards at the end of this episode if you guys want to stick around. Maybe there was no time skip in the manga. Yeah, she can do stuff. That 3rd generation? I did say a minute ago, like, we saw something crazy from her last season, no? Or it seemed that way. Yeah, that's why he was restrained. Oh shit! Is that her? Oh shit! Is that her? We've seen her this whole show. We've seen her this whole show. Is that her? So she's actually the doppelganger, potentially. I mean, I've had that feeling before anyway. Just being a normal human, that kind of feeling like imitation, imposter kind of syndrome thing, but clearly feels like more than that to her. Holy crap! I've never even seen anyone even mention the fact that they could be the same or doppelgangers or whatever. Yet it makes, like, when you look at them, it's like, yeah, I mean, they are just like a blonde girl at the end of the day. Why are you here too? Yeah, so she is a doppelganger. Oh, like bastard, didn't he? So she's a fucking doppelganger. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, it's almost quite surprising. I never heard anyone even like say that might be a possibility. Never thought of it myself, of course, either. Ah, okay. Okay. I think he's earned his pay. Why just them specifically though? Like I said earlier, like it seems like a collective kind of consciousness thoughts of him, but not everybody thinks that of him. Like just those kids back then did. That's why I thought it came from Shinra himself, but no, it's not the case. Like why was this group's conscious thoughts on Shinra not included in how the way he was? Maybe it's because again I'm thinking back to like Twin Peaks. Maybe it's because it's like the pure like negative is the complete like opposite. I don't know. Interesting start of this season though. Lots to think about. So there's lots to think about. So yeah, again, like why didn't his thoughts on you manifest into a doppelganger? Maybe it's because they've manifested into Shinra himself as he is now, as this version. Whereas because what those kids thought and said didn't, the Adula version took those. That makes sense. Going on with Benny Maru. Go back to that at the end. She did say that. Do you not believe her? I'm gonna keep track of that moon, by the way. Keep track of that fucking moon. Who's that meant to be? They are ginormous, aren't they? Okay. Do you reckon this is the opening? Probably. I think so. Probably going to be quite a few spoilers in the opening as well, I'm going to assume. All steamed up. So is that the previous captain? Do you reckon? So look at that. Who's that fucker? Who is that? Some random woman. Not actually much what I was expecting spoiler wise. Ooh. Oh, there's Joker. This dragon dude. Ooh, this song is fucking awesome. There it is. I really don't like. It's been so long since I watched Soul Eater, but even the song sounds Soul Eater. Like even this song sounds like something that like is straight out of Soul Eater. But as you saw by the end of visuals there, that's what I was kind of alluding to earlier in terms of like seeing some spoilers. So yeah, looks like we've got Doppelganger Joker, which gonna be pretty fucking awesome. Who was the song by? Yeah, this I don't recognize the name, but it does sound like something again from like I wouldn't be too surprised if this was one of the artists who done one of the Soul Eater songs, which I absolutely love, by the way. Love both of them. Yeah, it sounds incredibly similar, so I'm going to assume it is intentionally as well, of course, judging by what we saw in the trailer, which I spoke about in the intro. Yeah, this. It looks like the kitchen, which again I'm not too like. That's one of the. They probably did explain it better than I remember, just because it's been so many years. But I really like. I felt like the big build up and such to like the kitchen and like the transformation sequence and such was so fucking cool. And then I don't know, it just kind of seemed to peter out a little bit at the end of Soul Eater for me. In regards to this stuff, so don't. I might have to look up more of this as the season goes on. Kind of more surrounding the kitchen, but yeah, that's one of the things like I felt like I didn't really know too much about. I felt like pretty in the dark around like the end of Soul Eater surrounding that kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't know how how it's come back up here with Halmea. And like, who's this woman? I'm not sure we've seen her. I'm not sure we've seen either of these two. Maybe we have, but yeah, I don't recognize them. Yeah, like what's the Kishin got to do? Is that something again to do with like the consciousness and what Shinra said earlier about like the people of the past? Maybe this is again meta, very meta in terms of like the author's past stories coming and combining into this or something along those lines. Who knows, man? It's crazy work, isn't it? This guy looks cool as fuck. I think this is that Shinra. Is that I mean, looks like it. I think that's cool design. Yeah, I think that's Doppelganger Shinra right there. I think. just before we get to the preview, there was also yeah, I want to look back on this. Like, who are these people? Do you reckon that's? I've got no idea who this one is, honestly. On the right, this one, I've got no idea who that is. Oh, is that the First Division captain doppelganger? And then this guy is he the previous captain of Benimaru's division? Yeah, is he the captain of Benimaru's division previous? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, really good first episode. Like I said, lots going on right here, wasn't there? I did want to look into a discussion as well, just to see if any, like, it didn't feel like we covered like 5 chapters worth of things today. It was comprehensive, but it didn't feel like too much. A real Nichiren sword, huh? With like no visuals for the preview, which I don't mind actually. With the sun at his back. Yeah, lots going on. Lots going on here. As I did say, I do just want to actually get up a discussion real quick, just to see what the manga readers. I typed in Soul Eater, fucking idiot. Fire Force. Because I've got that on my mind now. Yeah, just to see, like, the thing I'm thinking here is, again, that maybe we skip like 20 or so chapters, or 10 chapters with this doppelganger. Perhaps maybe we just saw him go about his business and they thought that was unnecessary, and just decided to like tell us about it. Okay, there's not really too many people talking about it right now, to be honest. No. 88 chapters. Yes, 88 chapters they got left. So if you were to start the manga at the point that we ended off, the end of last season, there'll be 88 chapters left. Okay, which is a lot. There's not any real discussion, to be honest, going on here. No. If you guys have read the source material, please let me know if yeah, how this first episode went adaptation wise. Like I said, I'd like to know if there was more material on this doppelganger Shinra, perhaps. Kind of seems like there might be, judging by the whole incident with the sister. That felt like it might have been fleshed out more. I'm not really sure. But yeah, really good start here. Like I said, I'm not 100% like got my thoughts solidified in all this, or like totally understanding of it all, but I'm kind of along with it, if you know what I'm saying. Like I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. In regards to like this whole kind of conscious thoughts of people and the doppelgangers, and in the, yeah, again, it feels very like Twin Peaks to me. I have very similar thoughts on that, so hence I brought it up quite often. But yeah, really good episode. I love the opening. The opening was fucking sick. I love that song. That's going straight on the playlist. As I said, that's old Soul Eater vibes, which again was, I love the openings for that series. They're very unique. Like, there's a lot of unique opening songs for anime, but like those ones specifically, I just seem to capture that style of these series from this author just so well, in my opinion. Like fun. Yeah, it's hard to describe. Just like really fun, but kind of like off kilter, just like upbeat, hype, but just, yeah, just like great songs as well. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section. Let me know some of your guys' perceptions of this. Maybe that's another thing. Maybe in me not being able to like perceive this 100%, maybe that's the intention of not being able to. Everybody's got their own conscious thoughts on what's going on here. Maybe that's kind of a point of it. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy this one, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these weekly reactions. And I'll catch you guys next week with episode 2.